I'm going to preface this video by saying that I was an idiot and no one should do what I did. All of us are young at some point. Heck, some of you are young right now. And growing up is sometimes a series of events that are intended to kill us before we know what they are. That is why I have video games. Oh, I fell off that building. That hurt me. I'm not gonna fall off the building anymore. But you know, the title of this video assumes I'm a little bit of an idiot. Just a tiny bit. After a night out with my friends and a lot of Guitar Hero, I went home. The friend's house that I went to was out in the countryside, so it was about 45 minutes away from where I usually live. Looking at the time, it was so obviously 1 hour past tomorrow, and I still had a long way to go. I was very tired, and my judgment was a little hairy, to say the least. You know that weird moment when you're struggling to stay awake behind the wheel, so you do things out of the norm, like shaking your head, holding your breath, having a quad shot espresso, or even a red line coffee? You can ask me about it in the comments. Being sleepy is probably a little bit more dangerous than drinking and driving. Why? Well, besides the obvious of the cognitive function being hindered, there's also an extreme likelihood that you could fall asleep in your 4,000-pound metal death ball. That is 2 tons. 20 baby elephants. 2/3 of a baby whale. And while no website can give me a direct correlation, the general consensus is that yes, it is worse than driving drunk. 2/3 of a baby whale is very, very sad. And I mean, if Mythbusters already went and busted it, who are we to argue? Before I got in my car, I did some jumping jacks so I could make it home. However, my thought process is a little hairy. And on top of that, I was behind some of the slowest drivers in all of Austin. I mean, granted, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, so I get it, but still, drive faster. Some of the roads I take home are one way in and one way out. So, if you are going down the roadway and somebody else is going less than the speed limit, you have to match their speed or risk having an accident. And that happened on every road to my home. Needless to say, I was a little annoyed. There was one instance I'd like to say. At a red light, there was a truck that was completely overloaded with stuff on it. And as the truck takes off, it's very, very obvious it's having trouble getting up to speed. The road I was on had a passing lane that I was on the oncoming side of traffic. For those of you who are unaware, this is what I'm talking about. I make sure to check the coast is clear, and I gun it. However, there's always horribleness in the world, and this guy, being a class act, decides to speed up to make sure I don't pass him.
50 miles an hour.
As I'm driving, this guy clearly doesn't want me to go past him. And there's nobody ahead of me, so I just stay in the lane.
60 miles an hour.
Now 5 miles over the speed limit, this guy still consistently tries to make sure I don't pass him by staying with me. However, I still see no cars in front of me, so I stay in the lane.
75 miles an hour.
At this point, my car does get ahead of him, by only a little bit. But then again, I do see headlights now.
85 miles an hour.
My car finally hits a little bit of a stride that is a better stride than this truck, getting ahead of him, but I do see the oncoming car coming towards me.
90 miles an hour.
At this point, that car in front of me is closer than ever. I had to make a decision. So I was just far enough ahead of that truck in order to cut the wheel. And I missed this car in front of me by what feels like inches. With adrenaline pumping in my veins, I am definitely, absolutely, just unequivocally not sleepy anymore. As I said at the beginning of the video, do not be me. I was an idiot, go to school, learn better than I did, and have better judgment at 2 o'clock in the morning heading home from your friend's house. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys like what you see, love me and I love you back, because I will see you guys
next time.